Hi, good evening everyone. We are getting into the learning of a very significant and very important history of life. When I say history of life, that includes geography of life, chemistry of life, and everything about life. And that is the topic what is normally or usually called by the name evolution or by means of organic evolution. Here we are going to study the in chapter 6 of your class 12. It's called evolution. I am just writing one small thing here to say evolution. This is a Latin based word, evolution. It simply means unfolding or unrolling. That means to say, when you say unfold, if you happen to see a movie or if you get some birthday present from somebody, you take layers and layers and layers of things and you are going to unfold to see what it is inside. Now, this is the meaning of the word evolution, meaning unrolling to see what it is or unfolding to see what it is. What is that we want to see? Where, what, etc. If you put that question, then we say we want to have evolutionary biology. We are not looking into the evolution of all things, but we are interested in knowing the evolutionary biology. Now here the word bio refers to life and logos refers to knowledge. The knowledge of living beings, how they came, what was the way they came, what time they came, and what were their predecessors, how were they? All these questions are answered by that. Now just have a quick think. Homo sapiens means human beings. Homo means human, man the wise. Homo sapien means man the wise. In the ladder of the evolution, if you think of the ladder of the evolution, and if you look at all these things here, we are here. In the topmost rung of the ladder, we are here. From here, we want to go down and see what is there, what was there. And that is the man wise. He wants to speculate, he wants to theorize, he wants to philosophize, and he wants to establish the links about the history of all things in the world. When we say all things, I remember to get a word like universe. So evolution talks even about the universe. What is universe? The space, time, all the contents between space and time, like planets, stars, all these things have come to existence at some time or the other. We do not know when those things appear. We only say Creator, the Almighty, or the God. Those who believe in the presence of God and the activities, everything happens due to God. No, we got a set of people, believers, and there are non-believers who believe that everything happened, everything existed as it is today. So we do not know what we are talking, where we are, but definitely we would like to study the evolutionary biology, keeping in mind how the universe came into being, what was the beginning, etc. And then slowly, maybe in the time and the space in that area, universe has come up with planets, stars, comets, all these things. And within the planets, one of the planet is Earth, our Earth. It's called our Earth. there may be earths in different places. Therefore, I am using the word Eugene, the famous ecologist, tells the word our earth. That is our earth, where we live. So, among the planets, our earth is also one. on this earth, how and when the living beings came, or how and when what happened, when did the lithosphere came into existence, that is the earth containing rocks, soil, all these solid particles, when did it appear, how did it come, and then hydrosphere, the water around the earth, 3/4 of the earth which looks like a globe. Today it's a very clear thing. When we were students, we were only looking at the globe. Today, space science has gone to such a level, you can see from the space to see earth is definitely in the shape of a globe. It has been established today. But during our time, when you were in the high school and the primary school, you were only shown a globe and say a globe is like that. Then you were wondering how it is, if it is the round shape, why we are not falling down. In fact, I asked a question at the time, so if you drill a hole on the place where I am standing, until we go deep into the level and go to the other side, how will it look like? The teacher laughed and said, "You stupid fellow, sit down." I mean, that was a time. I'm talking in terms of 1950s, 58. Okay, forget about that story. So like the story what I told you now, this is also a story we are going to learn about the evolution of lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. The most important area which covers the entire earth, where we have the gases, one of them oxygen, the one that supports the life. All these things came into being when, how, by what method, all the questions that we can study in evolution. And our question now comes about the origin of biomolecules which are non-living. How these molecules came. From the molecules, perhaps the first forms of life might have come up, and that is about 2000 million years ago. So we are now speculating as a human beings, we are speculating all these things. Sitting on the top of the ladder of the evolution, we are going down. Maybe we are theorizing, we are philosophizing, we are thinking, we are extending our thought. Maybe here and there some evidences may support our theories, but still we are speculating. So when we study this in detail, we will be able to know how and what type of things were there about 2000 million years ago. Then evolution means slowly, gradually changing from one type to another. I am not talking of point mutation, what you learnt in the previous section. Point mutation happened in no time. If you take a cell under a X-ray or expose it for a longer time, or a chemical, then there will be mutation. That's a change. We are not talking of that change. We are talking of the natural change that has made the changes in everything that is present on the earth. We don't now talk about other planets. We have no authority. We have no capacity to talk about other planets, though the scientists are trying to find out. We talk only about the earth. And on the earth also, we don't talk about how the lithosphere came into being, how hydrosphere came into being, how atmosphere came into being, but we talk about how biosphere came into existence. And this biosphere, that is at present we know it is only limited to earth. Bio means life, means sphere means the the distribution of the living beings. Supposing if this is the earth, if you write like that, earth, on the surface of the earth, maybe something little below that is water, maybe about 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers, and maybe little above, about up to 3 kilometers or so. This area, what I am writing in the green, is the area what's called biosphere. And then comes other things, ionosphere, troposphere, all these things will come. So this is the area how biosphere came into being. What are there in the biosphere? In the biosphere, we have flora and fauna. Flora refers to plants and fauna refers to animals. How living beings came into existence? Did all of them come at the same time and landed here? Like an aeroplane landing, when an aeroplane lands, we see different types of people coming out of the aeroplane. Did it happen like that? Did all of us came, every living being came from some other planet and landed here? Is a question which is not answered, and evolution may give an answer for that. Then, as human beings, as we think as the Homo sapien means, I said, man the wise, he has the capacity to speculate, to theorize, to give laws, find out evidences, link evidences to his theory, and they have theorized today about the organic evolution, major contribution given by Charles Darwin in this area, but Greek philosophers, and everyone is working on that. Why, even if you think of the Indian philosophy, theologists would say that there are 10 avatars, which corresponds to different animals. Fish-like animal, then comes the kurma, that is ame, that is what we call tortoise-like animals. Then Garuda comes like flying organism. Like that, we also have the evolutionary trend in our mythology, but that is not explained or explored properly. Maybe if somebody does it properly, we may be able to link. We also have an example of a place where the hybridization technique has already taken place. Mythology tells, if you visit the temples and see, you got images sculptured in the rock showing a part of the human being, a part of the animal's head. That is, hybridization is happening today. So, the story of life, what we are talking, is very interesting, and that interesting story is told by Homo sapiens, man the wise, especially the scientists, the philosophers, theologists, thinkers. All these people are trying to explain to us, right from the time man started learning about things, Aristotle, Greek philosopher, and all these people. So, we are trying to find out how evolution took place. So, in this particular lesson, what I have just explained to you is a brief introductory part. I am not going in detail about the evolution of life, evolution and origin of life, and the development of life as it is today, mechanism of evolution, how it happened, mechanism and the various factors that contributed to changes, all these things, how whether one animal changed into other animal or one plant came into other plant, whether we have a single celled origin. If you look at there is a thing like ontogeny repeats phylogeny. There is a statement in biology. Ontogeny repeats phylogeny. That means single cell of the human being or any living being now starts growing and developing into a fully large functional animal like what human beings are, like that, or any animal for that matter, even plants for that matter. So if you look at that and say, if you take it backwards and then say probably life might have started with a single cell, and slowly over millions and millions and millions of years, slowly due to climatic changes and the changes in the time and due to space and the conditions available in the space, which I written 3 here, the space, the time and the contents. The contents refers to the environmental factors, and those things might worked upon the simple living beings, and ultimately we got complicated, highly complex organisms. On the top of all the organisms today is man the wise, man who can think, man who can use his brain to explain. So this is the broad outline what we will be doing in chapter 6 on evolution. We will have nearly about quite a number of about 7 chapters in this. We will be dealing this in detail in the next sessions. So let me just give a concluding sentence on this one. Man is interested to tell, to explain, and to give evidences to the origin of life, how life came into being, and then how the simpler form of life developed gradually into complex form of life what we have today. So this is, in short, is the evolution. For this we have to add a word. If you want to going for biology and the evolution of biology, we call it organic evolution. So we are interested in the organic evolution. Maybe in this chapter we will not be able to talk about the evolution of hydrosphere, lithosphere, atmosphere, all these things, how the planets came, how the universe came. No, it is not our capacity, beyond our limitation. Therefore, in the class 12, you please read this. Maybe, normally we have seen the question papers, there will be 3 to 4 questions carrying approximately 12 marks for this chapter. So we will be able to do that in about 10 lessons in detail. Thank you all. Take care.